Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? All right, all right. Welcome to the Row Wrestling Podcast. Today, we've been gone for a little bit. Share the link around if you will. Thank you guys for tuning in. 8 viewers. We just hit 20 subscribers. Even though it's not a big milestone for most people, it is a big milestone to me. Thank you for Center Gaming for subscribing today. Screw you, Scene, because I know that's you. Anyway, so today, as we got in the title, we have Aurora taking on the podcast. We'll be talking about her rise from ECW. We'll be talking about her just general career, and thank you guys for coming, honestly. Now, I'm going to introduce the woman herself, Aurora. Thank you for coming on the podcast today.
Hi.
Honestly, this is an honor. Thank you for joining us today. As we have 8 people watching,
You're
it
welcome.
will grow. It will grow as we go. So, I'm going to let you introduce yourself to these people, since some people here are probably lost. Because they're like, oh, first English person that we have on the podcast. And first girl we have on the podcast. This is history in our podcast history. This is the first girl we have. And this is the freaking first English female that we have on the podcast. Thank you for coming.
You're very welcome.
No problem. So is there anything that you'd like to talk about first before we actually get into like our real topics that we're going to talk about?
Honestly, I don't mind. This is the first podcast I've ever done, so it's just whatever, really. I don't mind.
Alright, so I'm going to start with this. You started Pro Wrestling when?
I started in 2016. I was at Anarchy with, I don't know, I just randomly was at Anarchy, and I saw a bunch of Rude Divas. There was Belle and her group of friends, and they're yeah, we do WWE, and I was damn, this sounds really cool, because I've always been a big fan of WWE, and this is all the way back in 2016, and then there's this Divas Federation called WDW, and I went to a show, and I just remembered my first gimmick that was Vig Stratus, and I proper liked it. It was so fun, and I just remembered when I first started out, I just never thought that I'd be where I am today. I've grown so much, and I'd like to say that from where I first started to where I am now, I've made an impact.
That was a lot to take in, honestly. I did not know you were 2016. I'm 2014. So, shall we bounce to our first topic?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
You winning your first match in ECW in about a year, in a couple of months?
A year and 6 months of not holding a title at all, to holding one, to then losing it. But I've got a recount, so it's so cool. I was just so happy. I was oh my gosh.
Alright, so that's obviously a very important moment for you. I remember seeing there and just being in the crowd and just everyone was going crazy. It was a very wild feel of everything that was going on. It was very fun. Actually, me being, because everyone in the chat, whether they like it or not, they were a Row Wrestling fan before they were a Row Wrestler. Everyone at least liked one person about it. And just to be there and actually sit there and be a fan for a little bit instead of being a Row Wrestler and just having to take that in.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool moment. So, the next topic that we're getting into is a very important topic to you, and I know this for a fact, is you representing the LGBT community. I know that's very important to you.
That's very close to my heart, yeah. Yeah, basically, I wanted to do something in the community that like not a lot of people have done. They've not really got the courage to do. And that's just to like stand up for the LGBT community. Even like if you're not in that community, like I just wanted to be like a prime example of someone who's like a role model, who's like comfortable with themselves. And obviously like with like what I'm going through, I just hope that I can inspire other people to like be themselves, be happy, don't use auto changes, use real photos of yourself if you're comfortable with doing that. It's just something that I've always done. Like I've always not used auto changes. I've always used in real life pictures, and I've always like been so proud of like how far I've come, and just it's just the LGBT community is close to my heart, and winning the title as well after like a year and 6 months and wearing my colours, I was just so proud, and I'm just so thankful to like all my like supporters and fans, my friends, my family, just everyone who's like supported me. Just it means so much to think that I was nothing in 2016. So having a fan base, to being a role model to people that people can look up to.
That is honestly amazing. But while we're here, do you have a special announcement that you'd like to give us?
Oh, what? I'll say that again. Sorry.
A special announcement that you'd like to give us?
Oh yeah. So basically, I'm on the works of making my own clothing line called Bella Funk. If people like are interested in a clothing line like that I'm trying to make, like just feel free to comment and stuff. Like it's just something that I've always wanted to do. Like I love fashion, I love floral designs, I like unique stuff. So I'm gonna make a lot of intricate clothes. I like floral stuff, flowers, stuff like that, you know. Yeah, just expect big things from Bella Funk. It's going to be a clothing line that's run by me, and my skills as a designer will only improve over time as well. So I hope everyone can like bear with me and my designs, and I hope everyone likes it, to be honest.
Now we have our first question from a viewer in Riley. She has asked, "What women in the row wrestling community do you think have a big future ahead of them?"
Um, as of right now, I would say Brittany Fury, a very good friend of mine. She's running Women of Honor. She's got her own fed, and she's just come such a long way. She was my first ever tag team partner at all. Like the first person who's been there for me at the start of my career when I was literally no one. And she's always been there for me, and I know for a fact that she's gonna keep making history. What hasn't this girl done?
We have another question from XO What It Do. It says, "How does it feel to be such a talked about figure, whether you're infamous, known for a negative reason, or relevant, known for a good person?"
Honestly, like it feels good that people can talk about me in a good light, because I just want to be a role model to the LGBT community, and also people who aren't even in the LGBT. I pride myself to be respectful and polite to everyone. And, you know, I don't really care about the relevancy. I don't care if people know me or not. What I'd like to like come across to people is to just be themselves and be proud.
All right, we have another question from Total Effect. He's asked, "For women, who do you think out of well, okay, I'm still for women, who do you think is the most out of these three people is an underdog and an upcoming superstar? And he said your three choices are Xena, China, or someone else.
Honestly, China. I mean, she she gives a all. Like she's got training to do, and I love her to bits. She's like one of my nearest and dearest friends. Love her to pieces. You know, she will only improve in time. She's only getting better and better. She's making an impact for sure. Someone else, I'd probably have to say Caliente, Cali Mella. She's one of my best friends in this community. She's hosting a Fed on Friday. Actually, I'll be attending. Hope everyone else can attend. I think it's PKW. I think it's called. She's just very underrated. Like she's very talented, and you can expect big things from her in the future and yet to come. And then Xena, she's made an impact in this community, especially in APRW, and I'm sure she's only going to improve in time if she um, hangs in there. Yeah.
Okay, we have another question from Total Effects who keeps asking questions. Thank you for just giving us more to talk about. Honestly,
Yeah, thank you for the questions. Yeah,
we have
definitely.
a we,
Keep sending them.
we have like two other topics, but like we don't have a lot. So he asked another question. He said, "And for men, out of these three, Inferior Chris, Jordan Brawler, or Alec, out of those guys, who is the underdog and that can make it up in the ranks and feds out of those three people?"
So I've got to choose one out of them.
You gotta choose one.
Damn. Oh, bless him. I've got to go with like one of my best friends, Jordan Brawler, definitely. He has held so many titles, um, especially like the US title. I may be the women's division, but I do actually follow up on the males division as well. Like I'm proud of the males division and like what they're achieving and stuff. Um, yeah, I'm a big fan of Jordan Brawler, like definitely. He's got a whole career ahead of him. He is an underdog. He's very, very, very talented in the ring, on the mic. I've got to go with Jordan. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Now I'm going to have to go off the script a little bit and ask a question that I've been wanting to ask personally about something that I saw on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
You attacked someone at a show, and could we be seeing a heel side or Aurora Bella? We're not going to be seeing the happy-go-lucky girl anymore.
I mean, like, this is the thing. Like, I'm very unpredictable. I could turn heel at any minute. But, at the moment, I am a face. But there's this Eastern GMT, divide. Honestly, like, I love Eastern. I love America. I love the American people. I love the American women's division and males division. I love the GMT women's and women's and males division in GMT as well. But I've got to go for my country. I've got to go with GMT. So, what? If this means that I'm going to be a heel for defending my country, then you never know. Good girl can go bad. You never know. But yeah, I'm Team GMT. CCC.
We have a question from Evo asking, do you think the women's division is getting better in RoWrestling? And if not, what needs to change?
Honestly, it is getting better. It all depends on what fed you're going to. It depends on the crowd reactions. It is getting better, definitely. Like APRW, ECW, Women of Honor. They're three feds that really like care for the women's division. And honestly, it is getting better. Like I think everyone can say, like the promos are getting better for the women's division. women are actually getting noticed a lot more, and they're really like going to make more and more history. They're on the same levels as the males division, and I couldn't be any more proud to be a woman right now, because there's been ECW Evolution, and then there's been ECW versus Women of Honor. Might have been a bit heel at that pay-per-view, but you know, had to team up with my girl Brittany. So
All right. I have a good question. This is like one I ask almost everyone on the podcast. How do you feel about relevancy?
I don't like to say that I'm relevant. I don't. If people think I'm relevant, then they think I'm relevant. But if you think that I'm relevant, I hope it's for the right reasons. Like, I want to be known as a role model. I want to be known as someone who is caring, honest, humble, respectful, polite. Like, I just pride myself on being myself and always looking out for other people. I think everyone knows me in this community as someone that's always been true to themselves.
All right. Now we have another question from Ebo. Who do you think will rule World Wrestling after RCW ends besides APRW?
Damn. This is a tricky one. Damn. I've got to say ECW. Zane's really like. I've seen ECW go from indies to being such a popular fad, and Zane's a close friend of mine that I really, really care. I really care for him, but I think that he can definitely change the game for wrestling in the future. And he really like pays attention to the women's division, and he treats the women exactly as the males, and that's what I like. There's not a divide. We all get treated the same at ECW.
No, this is just a random question. Because I'm going to start doing this at the end of every podcast. Who do you think is the next person that should be on this podcast that I need to contact to get on here?
So, I mean, it'd be nice to see more women on here. So, obviously, like Brittany Fury, I'd say Zane, ECW owner Zane, Justice League, Eternal Ray, Invictus today, Eddie Slayer. Just throwing out some names.
Good stuff, good stuff. I actually like those names. I'm glad you didn't say Rudy Balor. Ooh, shots fired. Don't care. Anyway,
He's a good star, but
no, 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 no. No, I'm joking. Anyway,
no,
so
honestly, like Rudy's like he's doing well for himself. So hats off to him.
yeah, he's doing very well. Not, I'll give him that. Give him that. I agree with Evo in the chat. We do need Don Morrison to get up in here and come sit in the chair with the podcast. The memester Morrison. Anyway, we have another question. Have you ever experienced any problems in Pro Wrestling, EX, sexism, harassment, etc.?
Yes, I have. Obviously, like being close to the LGBT community, there are some hateful people. Yeah, I have experienced harassment, sexism, especially like being in the women's division. Um, I mean, it's not sexism now as such. It was back in 2016 and 17. They used to spam some, not all, but some males used to spam. I'll be right back. It's a toilet break, or get back in the kitchen, stuff like that. But I don't, I don't really think there is sexism as such anymore. I think it was more in the past, because I started at the main feds, UKW, CCW, in 2017, and I did notice that there was sexism, but now, 2018, I mean, you'll go to for like APRW or ECW, you won't hear that chant anymore. The women have come such a long way, and we're getting treated the same. So, no, I'd probably say that there's no sexism now.
I think I need to give someone a shout in here. If you're still in here, Era Ricky, thank you for studying your science test to be in here. I'm sorry for most likely wasting your time with my annoying voice. Anyway, on to the next question. This is more so a question that did she answer my question at the wrestling podcast? I was AFK. Yes, she answered both of your questions. And you can probably go back and find those. Anyway, back to it, but it ain't nothing to it but to do it. How do you feel about what you're doing and the message that you're sending? Do you think it will get out to every other Raw women's wrestler out there that is struggling to get to where they want to be?
Honestly, I don't like to put labels and stuff. The women's roster. I want to be a prime example to the males roster, to the women's roster, to the takedown roster, to the RP roster. How you get to places is through being yourself and being proud of who you are and just owning it. Aurora Bella is me, Aurora mode. I made that my thing, and when I say Aurora mode, it's through the energy that I have. This is me. I'm going out to that ring. I'm I own it. This is my time. And for the people who are struggling, find a gimmick that you really look up to and inspire. Be a gimmick that you can relate to.
Mates, that is a great outlook by a great person. We have another question from Evo. Who do you think is the best in the women's division / male division right now?
So in the women's division, probably say Brittany. I know I keep mentioning Brittany a lot. Brittany's really doing well for herself. I've got to say that. Caliente is doing well. She's picked up a lot of wins, Callie, recently. Isabella. Oh, who's doing the best though? Oh, oh, I've got to say, overall in the women's division, Brittany Fury. In the men's division, I've got to say, I don't know. There's that many really good males. There's Invictus today, and then there's Addie Slayer. He's doing well. Noah Jackson. Noah Jackson. I'm a big fan of Noah Jackson. Really like what he's doing with his Rosie's production. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Rosie's. Got to say Noah Jackson in the males division.
All right. Good answers. We have another question, but this time is from Total Effect. For infuriated Chris, you said to stick with a gimmick that you can do well. Right now, Chris is doing an RVD gimmick named CVD. Do you think he can rock it?
Honestly, what I'd say to him is, if you can relate to him, if you can relate to his gimmick, and you put your own twist on it, for example, I'm a Brie Bella gimmick, Brie mode, you've got to really stick to Aurora mode. Be confident with that gimmick, own it. This is you perfecting someone who's made history in WWE, and you are going to be RVD. Do you know what I mean? You're going to be Rob Van Dam. You've got to own it. You don't want anyone else to do that gimmick, so you've really got to make an effort to studying the gimmick. I like to say I'm a good Brie Bella gimmick. I mean, what do the guys think? Like, guys and girls, leave comment. Do you like Aurora Bella? I think I should switch up my gimmick. But yeah, honestly, I'd say to him, keep at it, study the gimmick, and yeah, I'm sure he's going to do well.
We have a question from Rye, and it says, "How do you feel on April and Riley?" Smiles.
April and Riley, they are iconic. Definitely. Like, they're going to make an impact. Like, they go on and off in this community. Like, they go in on it and then they'll leave and then they'll come back. But honestly, I think they could be the new underdogs in APRW and they could really branch out and make names for themselves. I'm quite close to them and I've been friends with them since 2016 and I've just seen them blossom into such positive like people. Yeah, I expect good things from them. Good things. I don't know if that's the right word to say. Good things. I expect big things. There we go.
Good. We have another question from Evo. Do you think the Bella's gimmick is overused?
Well, I mean, we can all say back in the day when, the women were looked at as road divas, there was a lot of Nikki Bella gimmicks and a lot of Brie Bella gimmicks. However, now I don't think there is a lot of Bella gimmicks apart from me, Izzy Bella, the socks and sandals. There was Brie Phoenix who did a Brie Bella gimmick, and I never thought that I could be Brie Bella because she was Brie Bella before me, but it's just passing like legacies on. I'm proud to be Brie Bella. Aurora mode. Aurora Bella.
Now, these are probably going to be the last couple questions that we asked today because we've been streaming for a while. So, anyone else have any questions before we get to our last couple? Before we get to our last topic, and then a couple more questions, and we're done. Or Fonny Gargant. How do you think? Oof.
Sorry. Just leave comments of your gimmicks and if you want me to rate them. I don't mind rating them. That'd be fun.
Okay. Evo has asked another question. Who do you think is the best, all time best in Row Wrestling?
Oh, I mean, I started the big feds in 2017 summertime, and that was when I was at EKW as a diva. Um, I looked up to Belle and Layla in the women's division. And then in the males division, there was Rudy Balor, there was Clutcher, because I was GMC in 2017. Yeah, Clutcher's good.
Anyway, that actually is a good answer. Clutch is low-key a beast.
Yeah, he's nice. He's a good friend.
Alright, now we get to our last topic, since we don't have a lot of questions. Our last topics of the day.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many people coming up in Row Wrestling. Like, people like Infuriated Chris, Cena Path, people, and even the RP wrestlers like JTD and Tyler Six, and a bunch of people that are coming up and coming. What would you say to those people who are trying to get their start and basically like some motivational words to get them going and get them to keep fighting for their dreams, Daniel Bryan style.
Come up with a chant that's unique to you. I've got Aurora mode. That's my chant. I own it. This is my gimmick. This is me. You need that, go get 'em attitude. Never doubt yourself. Always train. Always improve. Just never give up and never let anyone else drag you down. This is your gimmick. If people don't think, oh, this gimmick isn't working out for you, ignore them. Work on it. Study it more. Be proud of who you are and what gimmick you have and keep at it.
And that is the podcast. Unless we have a couple more questions. Eva, I'm already in it. I'm already in the Conez Des Ring tournament. Thank you guys for coming in. You guys were
wait. I've got one request. I want to hear my theme song in this podcast somewhere.
Oh god.
You've got to play my theme song. You've got to play my theme song.
Looks like I have to play it. This is basically the outro of the. Okay, we're doing it.
Here we go, everyone. You gotta say Aurora made with me. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Thank you guys for tuning in on an amazing podcast. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. We kept a very strong audience today. At one point, we were at 10 and 11 viewers for about, 7 minutes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Next podcast will probably be, next podcast will probably be either Don Morrison or we will try to get some of our lesser known people into the seat. Thank you guys. And I honestly thank you guys for coming. Or anything you want to say to end the podcast?
I just want to say thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for backing me up over the years. And I expect bigger and better things from Aurora Bella because Aurora mode is always activated and always improving her gimmick to be the best. And expect me to be women's champion and a lot more of that.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next podcast coming soon. Bless you all, and have a great Thanksgiving.